Hi, Paul Hefty here with the Triangle-O football system. I want to show you some concrete examples of how to transform and simplify your pass game. Again, we're not asking you to give up your current system, but simply look at innovation with tradition. Remember, throwing the football is fun. This will energize both your players and your staff. What we're going to do is just flip your thinking. And then last, incorporate some new communication and practice methods. Again, simply, we're going to use PROs and alerts, which we'll go through, and then you'll see how you can have 3 core pass concepts and then variations from it. How we'll do this is teach a consistent quarterback read system. This will help you empower the quarterback. Okay, first we're going to use rule routes versus concept learning. Why this is important? Obviously, the receivers can process faster with a rule than having to understand the whole concept. This is something I've done all the way from the youth level to 9th grade up to the college level. And how we'll do this is we'll simply teach everything first from a 2x2 and then show how to use that rule within the 3x1, applying some rules for the rule. Again, only one receiver must learn the exception, and that is the H-back. So here's an example of doing rule routes with a 2x2 install. Again, we like to do that because it's balanced, makes it clean to see for everyone. You can see here everyone's running stops. We get 2 swings, and the quarterback is simply going to go primary side to the H, going inside out. We then take that same base pass and now do it out of 3x1. You can see we're still have the receivers locked into a rule route. Quarterback will simply read the linebacker to the side of the H, but again, same progression inside out. Same routes for all the receivers. Another thing we can do is just simply reverse the progression. You can see here 3x1 base pass, but we change to 5-man protection where we free release the back. And now same read key, but we're going to go ahead and read from shallow to outside in. Here's another example of rule routes now out of a 2x2 going towards the slot. Again, you can see everybody's locked into deep hitch routes with a swing by the back. Here then is that H-back 3x1 exception. We call this a 3/1 rule. Simply when he's on a 3 receiver side, he's going to run his same route but get back to the 1 receiver side, 3/1 rule. Second, we want to look to simplify our overall structure. How you'll do this is making your RPO route concepts your foundation. Then we'll transition to PROs, which are pass run options. This is simply the quarterback thinking pass first now. And then last, we'll scaffold those routes into our drop back pass game. While we're doing this, players can easily execute core routes with success then at all levels. So here's an example of using wide zone RPO, what we call stretch RPO, as a foundation to your pass game. You can see we're running stretch to the left, but we're going to go ahead and RPO read the will receiver using what we call a Mickey read route combination with the A and the Z. We can turn this into a PRO, or think pass first, essentially turning it into a quick pass using the same read, the same key defender, and just adding an alert cue with their signal and verbal. Last, we can go to a 3rd level PRO to the front side with the X now running a skinny post where we read the safety. You can see now with your foundation, you simply are using RPOs, PROs with the alerts to the backside, and we can do a PRO pray for post to the front side, all in one play. Next, we can scaffold that RPO foundation into our quick pass game. You can see here, we're going to run a swing screen to the right, but we're going to use that same Mickey read route on the left. Quarterback has the option of reading the Mickey read for if he has good access to the swing to the right. Next, we can use our RPO foundation again with our drop back pass game. You can see we've got our Mickey read route with a hot concept to the left, and then we go ahead and use a snag 3-step drop back pocket pass concept to the right. Another way to simplify is using an exchange tag. What this does is we simply take the same signal we use for snag and we simply use a twisting action, and that tells the A and the Z receiver to simply exchange their routes. What we have here then is we've got the RPO foundation to the left again, but now we give a different route combination to the defense, but it's the same read key, same read progression for the quarterback. Last and maybe most important, we can use our RPO foundation for our pass protection. Here's an example of using our stretch zone or wide zone RPO we showed at the very beginning for our sprint out pass pro. You can see here we're using stretch blocking technique to the right with that same snag concept, and then we take the Mickey reads and just simply turn them into overs so he matches the movement of the quarterback. As always, it's not so much what you do as how you do it. This is a drill 25 where we do decision making with our quarterbacks. It's a great example of going back to that base pass with the locked in routes. You can see to the left, QB1 is doing the primary side and QB2 is doing the reset. At that same time, you've got your offensive line with the back using the protections against the different fronts and blitzes you'll see that week. The third way to simplify your pass game is how you communicate. A couple examples we gave you again was using the alerts and pray to turn our RPOs into PROs, meaning pass first, essentially a quick pass game. Second, we use the exchange signal where we're going to go with the same concept, but with the twisting action of the signal, we're going to have two receivers trade the routes. This gives the defense a different look, but same read progression for the quarterback and the same verbal cue for the O-line. You can see now we've got a very simple 3-step process for how you can simplify your pass game and gave you some concrete examples of how we do it within the system. Thanks.